thought it was only gonna be for combat. My God! See, this is why I hate all these reviews, right? So the reviews mention not a single reviews hating on this game mention that this is inclusivity. This is actual inclusivity. I'm playing like monkey to a bug, you know. Everyone complaining about it's not this thing. No one even mentioned this thing. They were saying that, oh yeah, you can like turn into a snake during fight or something. No one mentioned you have this kind of gameplay. I must say it's amazing, but it's just like, why did they even mention this thing for? It shows you how everyone's a fake journalist. My God, look at this thing. Amazing. Black Myth Wukong is seriously a game of the contender. As I hit immediately, I will play it for 1 day now, but this has been a 10 out of 10 experience so far, okay? So in this video here, I'm gonna show you different clips from me beating the first chapter in the game and covering different things like talent trees, you know, different abilities, different stances, different attributes, you know, stuff that I actually care about, like an actual game reviewer, right? Or rather, because I'm a game developer, but I actually care about the game mechanics in the game and so on. But you straight up here to give you a few pointers, right? And I'm gonna subscribe. Slap as one percent an actual review here, and of course I'll make a full review later when beating the game, right? But so far, the game, I have experienced zero lag in the game, zero issues with the first chapter. I do have a good PC build, like a video, whatever, but no problem so far, okay? Secondly, the complaint about the game only having one weapon obviously made no sense, because yes, you only have one staff, but you can, for example, very early unlock a fire staff, so you can like apply, you know, burning damage to enemies you get. You can improve your staff later, so it does like bonus damage to water enemies inside the water, whatever, like it's water diffused and so forth, right? Not a spoil here, but you basically get a lot of that stuff. You can obviously transform into different animals and get the ability doing that, right? You also have set bonuses. I mean, seriously, I am very into game mechanics, right? This game has that classic, right? Or if you have these 4 items on you, now you have, you know, double the stamina, or you can run faster in water, or you can do jump higher or whatever, right? This game has a bunch of set stuff on your equipment that I haven't seen any review mention. So there's so much stuff I feel that people haven't mentioned, right? I showed you the first tip in this video. You can transform into the Shinshida, right, and fly around. It's not the best gameplay ever, but it's another gameplay, right, than a normal moving around, right? So the game has so much more meat to it that I've seen anyone mention. Even the positive reviews, I feel haven't really said it too much. And obviously all these negatives are come crazy, and they haven't covered anything of this, right? And one thing that I really like in this game is just the combat, okay? Obviously this game is very, very combat heavy, as it should be, right? And I loved this game, honestly, more than Elden Ring and so on, from a combat system, because I like the more fast-paced stuff, right? I like Neo more than Dark Souls or whatever, right? I like Sekiro more than Elden Ring and so on. This game definitely has a much higher pacing. It's more similar to like Wulong or whatever. And I preferred it a lot over the Last of P, which is very slow. So this is more similar to like Stellar Blade and Sekiro and so on. You don't have parry, but dodging this game is very quick, it's very aggressive. So at least when I play the game so far, I think it's pretty easy so far, but I am dodging very aggressively against enemies, kind of like a parry, right? You can do combos immediately. I like it a lot, yeah. I think the gameplay is, from a combat system standpoint, better than Shadow 3. But of course the game is linear though. They have to say that. The game is linear. That being said though, also one thing has been mentioned, you can still pick different bosses, okay? You might have like 2 to 3 different bosses, different paths you can take, right? So it isn't like limited to having to be like one boss, one boss, one boss. That is not true at all. You can actually pick different sides. Of course, sometimes you have like this is the story, you know, boss you have to defeat, obviously. But no, you usually have like 2 bosses you can take down in different orders. If you stuck on one boss, to try the other one and so on. So it isn't just like you have to do everything in a particular order. That's not true either in the game. And then eventually, if you beat the first part of the game, you will unlock different. Think about Mega Man or whatever, different stages, completely different areas. So no, it is definitely actually not that linear. Actually, what more can I say here briefly? Well, I also kind of like, just generally speaking, how the spells work in this game. Spells are very powerful. The freeze spell, and you have like a talent tree for different stances, and for all your spells, they have one talent tree each. They're not like super complicated, but you know you have like 8 or 9 talent trees immediately in the game, basically. And it also gives you, you know, options to how you want to build your character. So yeah, the game is really. Lastly, oh yeah, the graphics are of course amazing. Okay, it probably isn't better than FF7 remake. You know, this year has been really great, right? This year has so many good games. I mean, I also love Unicorn Overlord early game, right? I loved, of course, Yakuza 8. Simulator, of course, for Metaphor and Fantastic or whatever. But very, very good game year. And but this game probably looks the best from like an actual, just like atmospheric vibe. Okay, again, F7 probably is actually better graphics wise, especially cutscenes are much better than F7 remake. But just like if you're standing in this game, looking at classic like Chinese, old kind of cultural Chinese buildings and the forest, or whatever, this game looks amazing. Okay, it's a beautiful scenery and so on. So this game probably is the best like graphical environmental game this year, probably easily actually. Only F7 I would say is even close to it probably. But anyway, thank you for seeing, guys, for that video. Subscribe again, guys, and go over my different mechanical experience playing this game. And of course I'm gonna upload more videos, top 10 tricks or whatever. I have some of these already that I feel are pretty good in this game. I say one thing here immediately is that you should probably upgrade your spells first in this game, because spells are so strong, especially your immobilizing spell, your stunning spell is incredibly powerful. So you spend all your points in that spell basically, because that helps you immensely. But anyway, here's the clips. I think I read boss now. It might be a nice guy though, like a wolf trainer. Yeah, maybe. So I guess first real boss, I guess. Also, I'm burning now, so the roller. Okay, interesting. So you can get away the burn by roll. First attempt though, you actually do retain your XP. So I have to pick up. So then this boss here, but there's no XP to pick up, right? Which I think is a big difference actually. The thing I always say is like I keep trying to run by holding down the dash button, or the evasive button, right? So what I mean, like, I want to have a dash button. I feel so, yeah. So in the game, right, you rather pressing down L3, R3 of course with the camera. But I think that, I don't know, it's more many other similar games, right? You run by like rolling and then keeping the button down, right? So I keep trying to do that. Yeah, I keep trying to roll to like and then hold down the button to run. It doesn't work. Yeah, I know it's me. I don't know, but that's more like I don't know what to call it, but like I'm used to this system, other games. So it's like, oh, you hit staff now? Oh, nice, it's like a fire staff. So you only have one weapon, I guess, but one type weapon, you have staff, but yeah, you have different weapons though, different elements and so on. So this is what I mean. I feel everyone liked. I mean, obviously I didn't believe in these reviews, right? But this year I feel a lot of example of how these reviews were lying, because obviously I want to play the game for like an hour now, whatever, half an hour. But it's like, okay, so I can use a fly or whatever. But you also get like a fire staff, right? So now I have a staff that is burning on the enemies, right? You read the reviews, even the positive reviews, some of them they were like mid positive. Even they were like, you only have one kind of weapon, and that's boring. But that clearly isn't true, because even if you have only staff, so to speak, a fire staff, you probably have an ice staff, whatever, right? They have different elements, different attributes to the staff, right? The reviews made it sound like you only literally have the wood staff, right? And nothing else. It's so much BS, man. So much BS about. See, now you get here, you can transform in the game now. Now you get like a text how you can transform your weapon into different elements and so on. So now I like learn how to make like a fire staff. Oh, I become him now. Oh, okay, yeah, and I get like his. See, so now you have 5 minutes now, right? This guy's probably fire weak. You have to be kind of lame in the game, I feel. And just wait for it. The stun is so good, I just wait for it now, right? Wait for my stun to come back. He's kind of stuck at the tree there. So you can definitely be somewhat lame, the boss. No, oh, come on! I hate this game. Okay, 0 out of 10 game. 0 out of 10 game, man. 0 out of 10 game. Definitely. Okay, if it's on a boss battle. Yeah, like a massive boss battle. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Burn! Can I do one attempt? I feel so. I'm on with my staff. Oh yeah, man. There we go. First attempt. There we go. No problem. It's easy boss. Obviously, we need to just fire too. Yeah, obviously the fire guy is the formal. But again, maybe this doesn't matter much in the game. But this is also something I haven't seen any reviews really cover either. Like how much different equipment do you have? Different sets perhaps? Do you have different, builds or whatever with that? Like honestly, every review is so bad, right? They're so incredibly bad. But I was thinking, generally speaking though, not for this game, But you know, reviews these days are so bad. As a kid, right, I'll have to read hardcore reviews, right, or like FF8, and I wanted a 10-page review covering the battle system, right, the draft system, explaining the nuance, right, of the different level systems and so on, right. That's what I want in an actual game review, right. And now when you have so many different sites and YouTubers and whatnot, right, I feel like that's just what you definitely want in reviews, even more now when so many people are doing it. That or very quick ones, yeah. I think it's either way. Either I want reviews to be super quick, right? Is this a good game? Yes, it is. 9 out of 10, you know. But yeah, here's all the high points, whatever, bam, you know. Or it should be like very, very detailed. But I feel most reviewers are doing the intermediate thing. They are somewhat, they're not short enough to be super quick, but they're also definitely not detailed enough. So they're giving no details, basically. And yeah, it's just terrible. Like, it's just bad in all ways possible. But I don't think they haven't explained the reviews right. Like, what are, you know, are these items good or not? But this is, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I have generally not seen any issues so far in technically, right? Again, I only played the game for maybe 2 hours now at max, but I haven't seen anything whatsoever. You shouldn't be afraid to use your spells, you know, at the end. Yeah. This guy looks pretty badass, so I think that's something people are talking with. You should not be afraid in this game, I think, at all, to use your badass spells, right, at the normal enemies. Use like an Elden Ring or whatever, right? Some of these enemies are actually really legit. Like, they're mini bosses, you know? Like those like lion guys in the new DLC of Elden Ring, in the Shadow of Earth. Those guys with the elemental swords. They're like harder than a boss, right? I think the same thing here. So you shouldn't be too afraid. I feel that guy looked pretty badass, right? He's a kind of, you know, mid-boss guy. Guarding, obviously, this, you know, shrine here, right? You should not be afraid at all, I think, in this game. To use throw, I mean, stun in the game is very, very powerful. It's even better. But also my main point is that you should throw out the spells, you know. So otherwise, I read some reviews saying that it's really hard to unlock these, basically, these places, right? It takes a lot of time, and the reviewers are annoyed that she died so much, right? Because there's so much enemies between each shrine, and then the shrine are guarded by, basically, mid-bosses, right? I honestly think that's one of the new issues, right? Use your goddamn spells, right? If I see a mini boss there guarding the shrine and have no potions left, no flask left, right? I'm gonna throw my spells at it and then just kill immediately, yeah. What the chance for? The spells are free anyway. They don't cost you any actual items, it costs you mana you get back later, right? You know, just throw the spells at them. Honestly, I think that'd be a big issue. People, they don't want to use the spells on normal enemies. Like I said in one of the videos years ago, when I played Neo, and I had this spell built in Neo, right? I use spell all the time on normal enemies, right? You know, spell them all the time because I'm playing a spell build, right? Yeah, you shouldn't be afraid to use your like extra skills, right, on normal enemies, even on these like mid-boss enemies. Why should you be, right? But honestly, it's a very common issue. Again, right? People saying that it's bad English voice actors. Who cares? Why do you play this game in English? I don't get it. I never play games in dubs, you know. I always, you know, every Japanese game, I play the Japanese, Stellar Blade in Korean, right? Of course, I'm gonna play a goddamn Chinese game in Chinese, right? This game is like super Chinese, okay? If you have any respect for the game maker, honestly, play it in Chinese. Maybe I'm that guy, maybe I don't know. This to me is much better feeling. To be fair, I do speak a little bit of basic Mandarin, and I can read it so a little bit. So, maybe it's easy for me, but still, I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Why are you playing this game in English for? Or whatever, right? I don't get it. Why are you watching anime for Japan, not the Japanese? I don't get it. I never get it. This is this kind of game, historical Chinese game. I want it to be in Chinese, okay? Is there a boss here? So the game isn't 100% linear either, because you have different bosses depending on your path and so on. Even though the game is obviously not open world or anything, but you have different bosses you can meet in different orders. Then you also have different chapters to pick from, but already at first chapter here you can, yeah, you have different bosses depending on what path you take, right? But to be fair, you only maybe have 2 bosses to pick from. He was very easy. This is it. Hope there's more than this. Hope there's 2 faces. Or did I say it was too easy? He looks really badass. Yeah, this way I feel like he's too special to use dial thing. It's like a warm up. Yeah, exactly. If you have 2 easy otherwise. Exactly. You know it's like that this guy casts 2 forms, right? Ah, I turned into like a lamb, yeah, okay. The fun is you have to be very aggressive when you dodge shots. I feel you have to be on top of boss dodges. That makes it very easy, I feel. Yeah. go. Definitely the hard boss in the game, no, but definitely the first boss in the game that actually was hard. Yeah, I think the previous bosses have been pretty easy. I died one or twice on a few of them, not most of them. And this is the first guy definitely probably be like a... He definitely is kind of a noob checker in this game. Yeah, he is like 10 times harder than the previous boss. It took me a few attempts though, so it wasn't like impossible announcing that, but... Yeah, this bike now... I'll say my tip, guys, for the first day here is that, like I showed you in the clip there, I'm very aggressive. My dodges, right? I always play the game aggressively, so I run to him instead, and I can do damage in between his abilities. I think that's probably the key in the game. So you don't have parry, right? So you wanna be more like you wanna roll towards him. Like I said, with Stellar Blade, you wanna parry them and then go at them. Right? This game you have to roll against them and then parry. So the game has a lot of set bonus too, right? And not to be a record, but this is what I mentioned earlier, right? So then again, that none of these reviews has been talking about this stuff. Now, this is pretty straightforward, right? You beat the snake boss and you get like a water set bonus, sure. But that still gives you some, extra, late to the game. Okay, should I on the next boss maybe have whatever, more stamina or less water or mushroom or poison resistance, and so on. I should have this weapon is better in the water, this is better in the fire, and so on. Right? So I'm not saying the game has the deepest like craft system ever, right? But it's definitely still there. And I have only played the game for maybe 5 hours now, and it's clearly there, right? And I feel like, why didn't anyone talk about it? Why didn't I mention it exist? The game is very, very beautiful, seriously, and I love this, old classic Chinese tales, all right. And like I said, I think it's crazy if anyone plays this game in non-Chinese, right? So I get what they meant with the whole too many bosses. I really do, but they're obviously wrong. This is awesome. No, seriously. So when I read some of the reviews, right? I started complaining about too many bosses. This is exactly what I mean. They are cray-cray, right? Because their issue with the game, of the too many bosses, this is what I expected too, right? Is that the game has a lot of, like, basically constantly encounter with special kind of enemies. So for this boss here, right? I just beat them, the White Noble guy. That is like 3 dog human guys, something like that, werewolves. And then there are 2 random, like, nice dudes. Then it is boss fight. So only 5 mobs between the 2 boss fights. That's a great thing. It's awesome. Because I'd rather have a badass boss fight, right, than having to fight 55 mobs, right? So these guys are complaining that, the game isn't, open world or whatever. It's not much to exploration. Yeah, but this is an action game. I'm here for the cool boss fight. I'm here for the hard boss fight. I'm not here to explore the game. I'm not here for the Zelda Breath of the Wild or whatever. I'm here for cool boss fights, right? This is what I actually want. So the play is crazy. Yeah, there are too many bosses. That's a good thing. Yeah, it should be more games should be like this.